Welcome back to Pop Takes, everyone. No joke today. I'm more confused, if anything, about the topic we got going on. I'm here with Christian Campos and
Hello.
Nick Fitzgerald, per usual.
Hello.
And what are we getting into today?
we're getting into the most convoluted
The worst.
piece of
The worst.
madness.
The worst.
But the worst, but the best. Kingdom
the
Hearts.
worst, but the best.
We're going
Yes,
to talk
absolutely.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
All things Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly in anticipation of 3, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah. Can we-
we're how close?
Right around the corner.
What's the release date? January something.
29th.
Jesus, we're
Too
there.
good to be true for a lot of fans.
For a lot of people.
hardcore
I'm
fans.
still expecting it to get delayed.
There's no way at this point.
No, it'll get delayed.
There-
It already
reveal.
leaked.
I just looked up the first.
It did, huh?
Yeah.
The first Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal trailer. You want to know when that was shown? 2013.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Could have made it through high school
my
and
That's like
college.
the first one.
The first Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah, it's just words and then like the music, and
Right.
then it shows Sora on the island. That's it.
Damn.
But like that wasn't even. That pretty much just says, "Hey, we're working on the game."
Yeah.
Like-
It's crazy.
yeah, 6 years later.
Yeah.
It's finally
6
here.
years, dude. Some of us have been waiting 14 for this thing.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying since that first trailer.
yeah, I know. But it's just like, dude, like, I can't believe that. Like, it's
and
been.
that game single-handedly gave Square Enix, I feel like, their reputation.
It gives.
That's
I
one
feel
of the
like.
ones.
After Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But those, yes,
But
I
see,
would say 15 had another crazy wait.
I feel
Yeah.
like Square Enix has this like weird like wave that they keep going through.
Yeah.
Like they'll hit their stride with like an incredible game. Like, let's say
Okay.
it's like Final Fantasy like 7, right?
Yeah.
And then like after that, people just like their games are still good. Like their core fan base holds on, but like nobody's wowed anymore, right?
Right.
And then Kingdom Hearts came out, and it like gave them that
Yeah,
boost.
every
Yeah.
decade.
Yeah,
get
they have,
one
like, one.
accolade.
That
Like
one.
they got Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
And then they got Final Fantasy 7.
Uh-huh.
And then
Kingdom
they
Hearts.
got Kingdom Hearts.
and then Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
That game still gets
No,
a lot
15,
of negatives.
I've got a more positive than negative for 15.
There's
Same.
a lot of negative out. It's not a general. It's not. I wouldn't call it a Chrono Trigger Final Fantasy 7.
Right. Yeah. I'm the same way.
But yeah, that's. I would think 3 needs to take the.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
It needs to take the throne of that.
It
for
does.
their
Yeah.
It looks
century.
promising. It looks
It does.
very deep and
It does. I think it'll be good. So
So
okay.
what's the first? Yeah, I want to get into like the first experience you had with Kingdom Hearts. Like, did you play the first one? You played them later on release.
Yeah,
What
so
was the deal?
I actually told this story on this show in a different episode, but I love telling this story, so I have no problem going through it again.
I don't even remember.
You'll remember when I tell you the
Okay.
ending. So I used to read Tips and Tricks a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like my dad always bought me those magazines, like every time we're at the grocery store. And so one day I flipped through Tips and Tricks, and at the time I was playing Final Fantasy VIII, which was a horrible experience.
Fuck you, dude.
I don't like that game.
It's a good story.
Yeah, but the gameplay was bad. I hated the summoning system.
It was cool. It was like Pokemon. You had
Kinda,
you paired
yeah.
it with a person.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. So I'm playing through Final Fantasy VIII. I'm flipping through Tips and Tricks, and I see Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? But Squall is right there, like on the that's the main character from Final Fantasy VIII. If you're
Okay.
not familiar, so Squall is right there. And I see him, and I'm like, "Oh, I know this guy." And then Cloud is like on the second
Yeah.
panel, and then Mickey Mouse is there, and
Yeah.
Goofy. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is this weird, like, convoluted thing of like all these characters that I know, right?
That in time too. That's probably one of the last eras where you would open magazines and see wowing things.
Yeah,
After
absolutely.
that, we pretty much hit internet. After
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
exactly.
for sure.
And then so being a kid and not like keeping up with release dates or like reviews or anything, like I see it and then it's just gone forever, right?
Yeah.
And then this is I hope you and the people who heard the story remember this because it was really funny. I'm at the store with my dad's girlfriend at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Done deal. I remember.
Yeah. And just earlier, like that week, my dad bought me Super Mario Sunshine.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm at the store, and she sees me like looking at the game, and she's like, "What are you looking at?" I was like, "Oh, there's this game in there that I've like been waiting for a
Gonna
while." Like,
gloss over that he had the PS2 and the GameCube.
Oh wait, so so once you saw it in the magazine, you were just always wanting to get it.
no, I wouldn't say that, but like I recognized it,
Okay.
and like when I saw it again, like it like interested
Okay.
me again.
All right.
But like being that young, I think it came out when we were in like 3rd or 4th grade.
No.
Third, fourth, maybe fifth.
fourth. I think fourth is
Fourth or fifth.
Fourth, maybe fifth.
Yeah. So, being that young, I don't keep up with the release dates
Right,
or anything.
yeah.
I had no idea when the game was coming out. But seeing it again, I was like, oh, like that's the game I read about with like all the characters and stuff. And she's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, oh, there's this game. I've been waiting for it forever. And so she bought it for
Yeah.
me. And then my dad got mad at me because I let her buy me a game.
Hey, yeah, you're still glossing over the fact you had both consoles.
I did. Yes, I did. Yes. I was that child. And so the first game was just perfect to me. Was it so before we get into like that, like how did you pick up the
So,
game?
okay, so-
because I feel like it was really weird that Kingdom Hearts like took over. Like it's weird and I don't understand how so many people got into it.
I feel like just because the crossover.
You think so? You think it was
Disney
just
and
too big?
That's
Square,
one
yeah,
thing.
that had to be the reeling factor.
Yeah,
right?
if I got to put down on a list like biggest crossovers in history,
Oh, yeah.
I say Smash Bros. 1,
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then Kingdom Hearts is 3.
I would put
Right,
Kingdom
Infinity
Hearts
War.
2. Oh my god. I would put Kingdom Hearts as number 2 solely because it's strictly Disney. Like I know Marvel is kind of Disney.
Yeah. I
but,
think
like,
just
that's
yeah,
just such a
I could agree
coveted
with
thing.
that.
And the fact that this weird like anime RPG company like got a hold of Disney characters. Like,
Right.
that's crazy.
well, two the one where they had Final Fantasy characters, or did
They
they
all have
have?
Final
They all-
They
they
did
all-
in the
yeah,
one,
so-
like the
so
little Easter
every,
eggs, right?
No, that's like the main characters.
Well, no, don't you fight Sephiroth in
Yeah,
two?
yeah.
Well,
As
that's
like a
so.
Easter egg
Here's
battle?
the weird part: the Final Fantasy characters in that game are pretty much like side quests and side stories.
Okay.
Not really. Some of them
Yeah.
are main characters.
Well, so-
like Squall is a main character in one.
He is, but you get no. I tried to search. There's no elaboration on his history. He's just there. Cloud,
Same with all the Disney characters though. Like they like they're-
aside from Mickey, Donald, and Goofy,
Yeah.
the rest of the worlds, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in Cloud too, it's this weird thing where it's not the same Sephiroth. It's part of him. There's
Right.
part of 2 where it's like his like darkness like come to fruition is Sephiroth.
Yeah.
It gets all weird. But I really we'll get into that. What was we went off?
How did you find
How'd you get
Kingdom
into it?
Hearts?
when I first got the PS2, I got it a little late. That was the first game I had got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's a good
You
first
knew
game.
prior, or it just kind of like
No, I just knew that was like the hit, and you see
Okay,
commercials,
okay. Yeah.
and like it looked fun. Even on commercials, that shit looked like magic.
Because they had the good music.
It looked good music.
Utada Hikaru,
It looked-
amazing.
It looked
CGI
yeah.
was nice.
Yeah, that's one thing too. It's weird because it's mostly not made by Disney,
Right.
Because the history too is that you know about the history in Japan.
Not really.
Square Enix had an office floor or a section in the same building as some Disney executives.
Oh.
Couple guys met in an elevator. And
And
they
that's
just
it.
talked, and that was it.
Wow,
You had
that's
Kingdom Hearts.
insane.
Crazy,
That's sick.
right?
How do you pull that
But
off?
it's very like, Disney hands over the licenses and makes sure
Yeah.
the characters aren't being like portrayed poorly.
Right.
But everything else is pretty much Square Enix, and they still manage to capture like that Disney magic. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
the
insane.
music gives you the chills and like the
Yeah.
childhood feel and the
Yep,
characters.
everything's all sparkly and
Exactly.
beautiful.
Certain,
and, yeah.
So they, yeah. But when I first got it, that was the first thing I got with PS2. Funny enough, that was the first. That was the first PS2, and I had bought. I remember a PS1 memory card,
Oh, wow.
and I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know because the PS2 just came out. I didn't know you had to buy the new
I
one.
think that same
And
thing
I
happened to
couldn't-
me, not with Kingdom Hearts, obviously,
Yeah,
but like with
yeah.
my first game.
Yeah, when you first get it.
And you were
'Cause,
still able to use that with PS1
Well,
games.
I couldn't get it for like weeks.
Oh,
so
man.
I played on that fucking island forever. I
Yeah.
felt like I was in the game. I was stuck on the island with those kids.
Oh,
I was
man.
actually stuck on the island with those kids. But no, yeah, that game. It like at the time, the graphics, the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
storylines,
Yeah.
everything was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
I think it helped Square Enix because, for one, they're working with Disney. They had good funding right off the bat.
yeah.
And then they were riding off the coattails of that Final Fantasy X money.
Oh yeah, that's
And that was
right.
a big one for them.
I forgot 10 was. You know what? That's yeah.
That was a big one for them. That wasn't Final Fantasy VII for them, but that was their first RPG on the PS2.
I still
The
say
graphics
I think
were
I've said,
unreal.
I think I've said
Yeah.
before that I would say that a
10's better. 10's
newcomer
better.
to
Is
well,
10 the one with Riku in them? Or-
Yes. Yeah.
They-
That
they
that
play
was
that
10
ball
too.
game? Oh.
But yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the ball. You're right.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, so
that's
good,
what I was gonna
man.
say. Is that's the one I typically recommend if
For-
somebody's
for a
never played
newcomer.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to say
Really?
7 because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
I want to say 7 is an amazing game,
But
but
it's
it
too
is
deep.
aged.
It's too deep.
It's deep and it's aged.
And it's aged. Correct. Yeah. 10 is nice. One disc. It's nice. It's not the
It's
longest
not
game
long.
in the world.
Yeah, it's not too long.
The story is incredible. The characters are incredible, and it just worked. Oh, and that was another thing. I was playing that game also. I played that game, and then I played Final Fantasy VIII, and Tidus was on the tips and tricks.
That's right.
So I was like, yo, like, that's what
Crazy.
hit me. It wasn't really Squall because I hated Final Fantasy VIII. Is I saw Tidus, and I was like, yo, like, I loved this game.
Yeah, yeah.
He's next to these Disney
Well, that's one
characters.
thing when we were going off I was going to say before I kind of backtracked. The Final Fantasy character redesigns in the game are fucking
good.
gorgeous,
Yeah,
dude.
they're
like
really good.
Cloud with the fucking the bat wing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's one thing that bums me too is in Kingdom Hearts 2 they got rid of that.
Right.
He's just Advent Children.
Yeah.
In the Kingdom Hearts 2, but the
Advertising.
exactly. But all the character redesigns for the Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
'cause
characters are so
when you're on
nice.
when you're on Destiny Islands, there's Waka and Riku
Yeah.
and Tidus, and they're all kids.
Yep.
Instead of being the adults that they were in Final Fantasy X.
Yep.
Which was crazy.
I'm still waiting. I hope that they maybe work them into 3. And maybe like his dad, like Jecht, shows up or
Oh
something.
my God, that'd
or-
be
Maybe,
sick.
maybe
There's not enough 10 in it for
Yeah.
me.
Maybe Noctis and them are in 3.
Oh, I hope. I
thing
think
with
that's
that-
gotta
that's-
happen.
that's a high
That's
possibility,
gotta
right? That
happen.
has
The
to
thing
yeah.
is, I feel like we probably would have seen it already.
Nah, why not? Keep
Because
it a
that would have
secret.
hyped
Dude,
people so,
so
fucking
Keep it a
hard.
secret.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The thing is, the game was working on since 2013. That's the
yeah,
other thing.
that's a,
But I mean, add character model, boom, Noctis, whatever.
sure. It could happen.
Possibly.
I don't doubt it. I mean, hey, Final Fantasy 15 was in the works since like 2011.
That's
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
good
true. That's
counter.
That's
Yeah,
been
that
working on
really
for a while.
could be.
Yeah,
That's why it was successful too. There was hella hype around it.
a
Yeah.
lot of hype, and it's been in the works for a long time. Here's the thing: Kingdom Hearts 3, whether it's good or bad, it's going to be good. It's going to be a huge commercial success.
Yeah.
it could literally be
Based
the
off hype.
biggest flop of the series
Yep.
of in Square Enix history. But commercially and numbers wise, it's going to make money.
What would you say by flop, though? Because I don't feel like they've ever made a bad game.
If it's just not good.
if okay, here's the thing: after 14 years, like this game has a lot of hype to live up to. If the story isn't as good as we're hoping, if the ending,
See, that's okay. The story, to me, yes, the story could be bad.
yeah,
But
you
all
think
the
you'll still
games,
enjoy
even
it?
the weird side quests, that's what it's been. The game has always been really fun, memorable franchises, a little bit of nostalgia feel, and make you feel immersed in a world. That's all of its strong points.
Yeah.
If you want to be interested in the whole like anime aspect of it, and all
Right.
this crazy
Like the
convoluted
original stuff?
bullshit,
Yeah.
you can be. Well, that one kept you completely away from it. Once 2 came out, it was almost like there was 2 games in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
There was Disney, and then there was the anime bullshit.
Right.
So like, you know what I mean? There's 2 like huge separate parts of it.
I think one did a good job of bringing it together.
Well,
Well,
one
2
kept you. You could play 1 and not know anything. Like
Yeah.
it kept you in the dark just enough to make sense.
Well, because they like so.
Like you could pick up 1 right now and make up your own backstory, and
See,
it would make sense.
So here's what I want.
That's what they did.
Here's what I've always been curious about is I want to know how much of this they had planned when they released
None.
1. No, hold
None.
on. Because when you beat 1, they already had
Yeah, the
they had the
trailer, right?
trailer for 2 in the game, and then they came out with Chain of Memories before 2. Like I want to know how far ahead they had all this
do
bullshit
you think
planned.
like when they made 1, they already thought of 3, or after they made 2?
I think
I need to look
think
into
after
it. But
2.
It's hard to say, dude, because holy shit, man. I mean, all the parts of the story, you have every like type of stereotype in like bullshit convolution you could possibly have. You got time travel,
Yep.
you got virtual reality, you've got alternate universes.
Yeah,
Everything that could possibly like make it difficult to wrap your head around is in Kingdom Hearts.
Right. So we kind of glanced over this. So have you played the games, or you just know of them?
So
you've played them.
I played the first 2, and I only really played them like maybe a year and a half
Right.
ago.
I remember when you got
I
into 'em.
downloaded an emulator and I was playing it.
Yeah.
The first one, I was at the fucking end, and the game kept crashing.
Uh-huh.
So I
Oh.
watched the end on YouTube because I was like, dude, I'm not gonna. I'm at this fucking boss.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I had the same thing happen to me on the actual game.
Really?
So I got to the very last boss, and so I think the last boss has 2 or 3 forms, right?
Yeah.
No, there's a lot.
So I had this weird
It was the
issue.
beach
like-
fight.
there's
The
like
beach fight was the
4.
one that kept crashing.
I had an
Oh,
issue
that's
with
the
my
first one,
game
yeah.
where every time I got him to the second or third form or whatever, the game would just freeze, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I never actually finished the first game.
Yeah.
I just looked up the ending like you did.
Yeah,
Because being a kid, it's like I can't just.
Shit was locked, dude. You got to get the key. You fucked up.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
never gonna see the end.
As an adult, I looked it up. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I played and beat the second one, and then I just watched the rest of them.
I'm interested to see because we played this as kids.
Yeah.
As an adult, how capturing is the game?
Yeah, because as a kid,
It was fun, but like a lot of the stuff, I'm like, this is like a little corny, you know,
Okay.
like super like, you know how it's very G-rated
Yeah.
Disney, like that type of like corniness.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I mean, I can't hate on it.
Did you find the story emotional at all? Because like for me as a kid, like it hit me like bricks.
There
like,
were parts, yeah, like
I
that
cried a
part
few
with
times.
what at the end he's like, I'll come find you.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
and that.
Thing.
Like, yeah, like,
there's that.
So, but
When you
going
get to-
into 2, like, how did when that started getting real fucking crazy, and there was like 8 million characters you
Well,
didn't understand?
hold on, here's the
Bro,
thing. Here's the
yeah,
thing.
no, that shit was
Hold
hard
on.
for me to keep
Here's
up.
the thing. Here's the thing. Because we watched that video. So for anybody who is just listening
yeah,
to
we
this,
did our homework last night.
yeah, last night we caught up and we watched like a 40-minute video that recaps you on everything, and it was a good video.
I wouldn't even say it's a recap. It goes into stuff that like the games doesn't even cover.
Yeah. So it was a good video, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm
Dude,
doing.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it at least
The
one more
only, the
time.
biggest part that I understood that I didn't know is that there's those 3 characters
From Birth by Sleep.
Ventus, Aqua,
Yeah.
and the other guy I can't remember his name. But they pretty much pass on their like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
I didn't
pass
know
on
that.
to the
To
3 kids
Riku,
on the
Sora,
island.
Yeah, I had no idea.
That makes sense. That's like Legend of Zelda. I can
Yeah,
get behind
pretty
that.
much.
But then there's like 8 million other pieces that go along
Yeah.
with that.
So here's the thing. So playing through 1, everything is super simple. It's easy. There's Disney characters. At the end, you do the anime thing. You fight the bad guy. I think in that one it was Ansem, or maybe it was Xehanort.
It's always Ansem, I think. No, it's another
Xehanort
guy.
wasn't in the first one.
You're right.
Oh, so
But
it
like
was
he wasn't a
Ansem.
boss fight.
Oh, you're talking
Okay.
the first one?
Yeah, the first
That's
one.
first one's Ansem.
Okay.
Second one,
Yeah.
I think Ansem. Well, there's like 4 forms of Ansem
Right.
in the story.
No.
There's the darkness version, the one from that traveled from the future,
Yeah.
the regular one, and then the one that's like a
Ansem
nobody.
the Wise.
And then Ansem the Wise.
Yeah, the old.
Yeah.
What the fuck are
It's
you guys
horrible.
doing over there?
Yeah, it's horrible. but see, here's the thing. So like we were just shitting on it right there. Playing through 2 with all these new characters, most of them having 2 or 3 different like forms, like they're nobody or they're like a real life form or whatever. Like I feel like in 2 they introduced it pretty well, and it wasn't the hardest thing in the world to keep up. But
Because they keep you in the dark. I feel like that's the saving grace.
Do you think that's what
why-
they did well?
Yeah, that's why, because no one ever talks about those spin-off titles. For one, no one played them, but 2, no one gives a shit
Well,
about them if you're not
except,
hardcore.
except Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep was the one that everybody was like, this could have been like a big like PlayStation 3 game, and it should have been.
That was a prequel or like a parallel.
That's
Birth
what
by
it,
Sleep.
that's
It
the
was a
one that
parallel
it,
game?
that's the one that pretty
by
much
Sleep.
that's the one that covers
Yeah, you
the
play
3.
as the
3.
organization.
Oh,
no,
13
no.
member
That's
in
on
Birth by
DS.
Sleep.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that was
Oh,
a bad
that's
one.
That's a
360.
horrible
That's
one.
That one was
360
bad.
whatever by. Yeah.
So there was 2 really bad ones. There was that one. It was 365 by 2.
yeah,
and
that's
then
how.
There was a
and then-
second PSP one, not Birth by Sleep, but another one.
I don't remember, but so there was
Yeah.
2 really bad ones. There was 365 by 2, which is the one that you just brought up.
Yeah.
And the other one was Recoded, where you play as
Right.
digital Sora in all these digital worlds. And
Yeah, that was the phone game that they.
Yeah,
brought
they,
over.
it was a phone game
that's
that
the
got
Kingdom Hearts Matrix.
and then they remade it on DS. But the story behind that one was that when they lost their memories in the mansion, Jiminy Cricket like wrote down like 2 messages, and then in that game like you're
Yeah.
decoding his journal, and it's just such bullshit.
Well, yeah, and you're not playing a real character. Mickey makes a digital version.
digital version of
He-
Sora.
He programs like the Matrix version of Sora.
And then like I guess like there's like a digital Ansem that then comes to like the real life, and he's a bad guy in like the real life, and I'm like, what the fuck
Dude,
is
there was
this?
there was no need for that at all. I feel like.
Nothing.
There was
nothing,
no,
no
need for that
yeah.
at all. Like it wasn't valuable
Yeah.
to the story.
You know what? See, and like the first spin-off game was so good.
Was it
Chain
Chain of Memories?
of Memories.
Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
Was
Dude, have you
so
played that?
good.
That's the prequel. No, I watched that.
It's on Game Boy Advance.
I know. It's the card. It's a card game, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe a game. I replayed that recently. I had it as a kid, and I kind of like
so
I didn't
good.
appreciate it. I replayed it recently, and I was like, dude, like what 2002?
Yeah.
this shit is quality.
Yeah, this shit was
Quality.
good.
With what the Game Boy has to work with.
Yeah.
it pushed the Game Boy harder than any.
And then they remade it on PS2 immediately in
Yeah,
Japan.
and
In
that one's-
Japan,
I haven't-
in
well,
Japan.
that's-
but now it's here.
I need to play that because I have my wife wanted to play through it, so we have the 1.5 and 2.5 on PS4.
Nice. Okay.
that has all the shit.
has everything.
That's fucking
Oh,
everything.
what? That comes with 2.9 too, right? Or whatever.
That's something
I-
else.
dude, I don't
think that
understand.
one.
that one has everything.
There's parts of it where they just included the cutscenes from the side titles. They didn't.
Oh,
include
yeah.
the game.
See, that's what
Okay.
I watched.
Yeah, that's
'Cause Cedric had.
That's all
like,
you need.
Yeah.
whatever.
Which it makes sense because people, all the lore you don't want to have to fucking go on the DS to watch the lore.
Yeah.
So they just brought it all to the new gen and put it in cutscenes.
Nice.
That's I don't know. It's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. See, like these games had me on 1, Chain of Memories, and 2. Because I was able to play those games, and even as a kid, like I wasn't very confused. Like they introduced everything well. It was fine. And I don't know. It was a couple things. Like I think in between wanting 3 all this time
Right.
and getting nothing but spin-off titles,
Yeah, that was.
and all the spin-off titles being very convoluted, like they just kind of lost me.
What I've heard is that it's possible that 3 is a lot like those spin-off titles.
Really?
Because if you think about it, you only have so much data to look at. The company made a 1, they made a sequel, and a bunch of spin-offs.
Yeah.
well,
one-
aren't some of them further in the timeline, like Dream Drop? Distance? Isn't that after 2?
So Dream Drop is 2.5.
So it's technically after 2, right?
You know,
It's after
You know
2,
how
yeah.
notes are organized on a piano?
Yeah.
That's a typical game.
Right.
You know how notes are organized on a guitar? That's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's how it's that's how
Yeah.
it works.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so from 1 to 2, it got crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
We don't know what a company's going to do with a third chance. 2 to 3 could be even crazier jump than 1 to 2.
Yeah.
And I've heard
I felt
that
like
if
1
you-
to 2 wasn't that crazy.
Right, but I mean, it still could be a big jump.
Yeah.
But what I've heard is that it's a strong possibility from some of the fans that if people, the type of people that were like, fuck all these spin-offs,
Mm-hmm.
they might not like 3.
Right. Which is kind of scary.
I hope not. Because
Yeah.
all the worlds look interesting as fuck. Dude, Toy Story,
Story
Monster Hunter,
world
Big Hero
sick.
6.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Get the
Monster
fuck
Hunter world?
out of here. No, not Monster Hunter.
Monsters, Inc.
Did I say
I was
Monster
about to
Hunter?
say.
He said Monster
Yeah,
Hunter.
that would be sick.
I know you
Nah,
meant.
I'd be fucking
I know
hyped.
you meant. Yeah, I mean, I like. So there's been way too many trailers for 3. Way too many.
Yeah,
And
I don't like when that happens.
I have watched maybe 2. Like a new one comes out and somebody's like, "Oh, do you see it?" And
I
I'm
don't
like,
watch
I'm
it.
just like, I'll wait. Like game's out soon. I'll wait. You know. And I don't know. Like a lot of I haven't seen much much people talking like on what if they're liking it, not liking it at this point.
I
So-
watched the first trailer that came out for 3,
Yeah.
and then I didn't watch another one until it was the one with the Utada song. So I was
Okay.
like, oh, I want to hear what the new song is
Yeah.
gonna be. And then but I don't like getting spoiled too much.
They've just put out way too many trailers.
Yeah, I don't like
there's
that.
a lot. They
Yeah, that's
did like
a weird move.
They
That's
did like
definitely a weird
like
move.
3 or 4 last
The
year.
thing is, those trailers get massive amounts of traffic, so I wonder
Yeah.
if that was why. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if they were like, "Hey, you know, this is
Yeah.
damn good."
I
fucking
Maybe they're
revenue.
still
I
only
just wish,
showing 2%.
like, it's like why are they showing
True.
off every world in the game? You know, like in the first games, like especially at the time they came out, no internet, no nothing. Like it was amazing finding out what each world was.
yeah.
That probably, yeah, man.
And I kind of wanted that
I
feeling
agree.
again.
I didn't really realize it too, and there was a lot in 2. Same thing. Like,
Yeah.
you could look on the back of the box and see like 3 worlds, but
Yeah.
there was at least quite a few you didn't know
between
about.
between
Like,
the tips and tricks that I saw it on, and like a commercial, like I knew maybe 2 or 3 worlds going into the game. I knew like the Tarzan one,
Yeah.
and like Alice in Wonderland.
did you 100%? Did you guys 100% one?
no way.
Hell no.
There's no way.
So there's, you know about all the side bosses that
Yeah.
you can come back to
They're
the
hard
worlds
as
to fight.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're hard.
I think I only beat
I
one.
honestly appreciated that
Me too.
so much.
I
and
think I only beat one of
I'm
them,
gonna
yeah.
really be excited if there's a lot of that in 3 because
Me too.
I'm at the age and mindset where I would really enjoy going back and doing that stuff.
Right.
Like I remember the Neverland one. There was like a Grim Reaper that you
Yeah.
fought at the clock tower.
No,
It
that was
like
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, that one was really good.
I was like, dude, that's so.
One of them was
sick.
Sephiroth, right?
Yeah.
You could go to Hercules and fight Sephiroth.
Yeah, but he wasn't one of those. There was 4 that if you beat them, you get the secret ending that shows Riku like on the building.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
Which was fucking crazy.
Dude, I
and then
remember-
Roxas pulls out the 2 Keyblades, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude, you remember walking in when I was a kid? I didn't know any better, and I got to the point where you could fight Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Dude, I walked in there, I was like, "What?
So
What? Did you?
have you ever
done
seen that? So
with
the
Sephiroth?
the fucked up thing about Sephiroth is his sword reaches across the map. So when the battle starts,
You have to jump.
You have to jump immediately. If you don't jump at the start of the match, he one hits you.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a single.
It's fucking
I think
crazy.
that's one of the stronger hits, but everything else, if you're not leveled up to like mega extreme max,
Right.
you're dead in 2 hits.
Yeah.
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 I
So
think
that's
I
why he
tried-
was so hard.
I fought him like once.
Yeah.
And I was
So
like, nah.
I don't think I ever beat Sephiroth. I think I beat him in 2.
I might have. No, I think 2 is a separate thing because he was part of the story. because Cloud sees him, and I don't know if you fight him. I don't think you fight him, but him and Cloud was like a legit part of the story. It wasn't like a side thing.
The Hercules world was the
Side.
best world. Maybe
Okay,
I'm just
Arena?
Yeah, I don't know. It's also my favorite Disney
Well, it
movie.
never,
so
it
maybe
never
I'm
got
just-
a legitimate world, but now it is.
Yeah, now it's like actually like an
yeah,
adventure.
it was
Before it was
always
just an
the
arena.
arena.
Yeah,
Which also is a cool idea.
it was fucking cool.
it's a cool idea.
It was fucking cool.
And you could definitely see that the game had like a lot of replay value.
Wait, so
even
are
at
you
birth.
gonna play 3?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna buy 3 for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, you getting it on Xbox?
Of course.
All right, so you just game share it.
We can do that. Send me half. of it.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, because I thought that you just watched like Cedric plays games. I didn't know you actually played them.
I mean, I've seen him play because when those later mixes came out, he started
he-
replaying Hell.
I know he's
Shit.
bought
That's
all of
right.
them.
You have a fan that you have a friend that's a mega fan, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
It's
a
funny.
huge
'cause
Should have
fan.
brought him
in my
today,
mind
but-
all this
Oh
time.
yeah,
I
this would have
thought-
been a good one.
all this time, I thought in my mind that it was you. I forgot it was your friend.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
Cedric's
Yeah.
a fucking.
Huge
Addict.
fan.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
He
So
always
what
has
does
been.
he? Does he like? What's his opinion on the fucking like lore?
He likes it. He said one. So the way he explained it to me, and this was years
Kingdom
ago.
Hearts
so
fans are like Star Trek nerds.
a little bit.
Like you
Yeah.
can't tell me that story.
Maybe
is amazing.
maybe he doesn't like it now, but when Dream Drop Distance came out, he said like he played all the games leading up to it again. He played 1, Chain of Memories 2, like all of them, right? And he got caught up again with the story and playing it again, like he understood it even better. And he was like, I like it now. Like
Yeah.
it's fine, it makes sense. And I'm just like, you're fucking crazy.
No,
Yeah,
there's.
no,
I mean, there's definitely parts of it I like. Like I said, like the whole passing on the legend thing of the trio was,
That was cool.
There's some parts that I like about like the character building an organization so he
See,
can.
that's cool.
That's cool.
The part that fucking sucks is that every character. This is so hard to word to make it make sense. Every character is like 4 different characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they have
Ventus-
their heartless form or
Ven-
whatever.
yeah, Ventus is like the first.
Yes.
and then he passes his soul to Sora.
But Sora's also
who-
Roxas.
Yeah, Sora's
Well, so
also
Sora
Roxas, yeah.
kills himself to release Kyrie's heart.
So
Yeah.
and he loses his
in
heart.
doing
becomes
so,
Roxas,
he
right?
creates Roxas
Yeah, okay.
for the second game. But Roxas looks exactly like Ventus, and they never mention that.
So they bring that up in the video we watched. So
Well, I get why, but like the characters themselves, they're never like Ventus. What are you doing here? Like, no, what the fuck? Like,
you're right about that. That's weird.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They said like if your nobody is killed, you go back to your body and your nobody's looking like you're nobody.
Well, you know, there was-
because that guy
I
came
picked-
back looking like what's his name, the red hair guy.
Axel.
Yeah, he came
Who
back looking
later
like Axel.
becomes Lee.
So his
Again-
real world person is Lee, but he became a nobody named Axel. But Axel was killed by Roxas, so he came back as Lee, but looking like Axel.
Yeah, we need Cedric.
Yeah,
I need
Well,
Cedric's help.
so I picked 2 parts. There was so much, but I picked 2 parts where I was like, what? So the first one I thought it's just like a funny little nugget is when they're talking. It starts out and it's like super like anime lore. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, there was a world started and there was like this coalition that began to try to unlock keys from,
Yeah.
and start an army kind of thing, whatever. And then they were like, at this point, another apprentice, Mickey Mouse, like all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
anime characters, and Mickey's just like, hey, what up? He's like the OG as fuck. He's been there forever.
yeah,
Like,
that was really
I was
funny.
like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
He's
so-
got a big ass role in that game.
Yeah.
You're talking about the video or just like the story?
The video.
Yeah,
because it
goes
was like
by
super way back in lore with no Disney at all. And then she goes, another apprentice, Mickey,
Mickey
Mouse.
Mouse,
And
yeah.
he's there with like, he's like there in like where the 10 Commandments were found in the
Yeah.
fucking lore.
Doesn't
It's
he
so
wear
funny.
the organization hoodie too? For a
in
second?
2 he does.
Yeah.
In 2, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the second one was that something about how when you do get released from your body and you go back, like you were saying, when the nobody gets killed
Yeah.
and it goes back to your body, they said you either start to where you were first separated, but if that world is destroyed,
You go to Traverse
you
Town.
just go to Traverse Town. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was
Why?
like it's like weird that Traverse Town became like this weird like,
But, like,
limbo.
what
yeah.
kind of explanation is that?
I think they just needed something.
What? Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. But in the game, like Traverse Town was always like where people ended up. Like it was always
Yeah.
this weird like limbo area. Like even when you leave Destiny's Island, like you just end up there, like with
Yeah.
no
I
explanation.
took that place as like it's like a refugee camp.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like that was a weird one that I was just like that makes sense. Sure, let's move on.
Yeah, that was. And the thing is, if I go back and really like take notes, there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like
People just always end up there.
dude's on the island and they're like, yeah, his future self comes to visit him, and I'm like, how?
Right.
They don't say anything. They say nothing.
Yeah, you're talking about Ansem?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
I'm
no
like-
Do
fucking
they explain how he's able to time
No.
travel?
They never did.
Not in the movie. They
not,
maybe
not in that video. They
somewhere?
never did.
Never not in the video. Yeah.
Later in the video, it says he sits down with Roxas and he explains that he can travel through time, and that's it. That's the only explanation you get,
It's crazy. Oh, loopholes.
just
in
for
his
no
story.
reason. Yeah, I hated that there was just so many Ansems and so many Xehanorts and so many.
If this
Well,
was-
Xehanort, doesn't he like just keep grabbing hell other people? Like people get Norded, right? That's what it's called.
Well, he honestly, dude, he's like a side villain.
Because they show
he's
no,
not even the
Yeah.
big boss.
in the new trailer. Someone is, or not the new trailer, but in one of the trailers, someone's Norded, and it was like a big thing. I think it was a blue haired chick got Norded.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Aqua.
When
Aqua,
someone
that was it.
Xehanort
I know what you're
does
talking
when
something,
he takes their body, or when he becomes them. Or?
yeah, you know when their eyes like glow yellow.
yeah.
That's called getting Norded. I think that's what they say.
Yeah.
I
Is that
heard
like a
Cedric-
is that like a fan
like
term?
it's
yeah,
like possession.
I think Cedric said that.
It's like possession.
but yeah,
Because he does that throughout the game. He does that to
Yeah.
Riku. He does that to Aqua in another game. I think
history
well,
repeats
no,
itself
there's
because he
someone
does
in
it.
the new trailer.
The original Riku, the guy who passes to
Yeah.
Riku, that guy was possessed by Ansem.
Yes.
Then later Riku is possessed by Ansem. It's doing the Legend of Zelda thing.
that
Like
makes
Calamity Ganon,
a
right?
lot more sense.
But
now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll spin off in another direction in the next game. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, he did it to what looks like Aqua. I don't
Yeah,
know.
in the
We'll
new
see.
game, yeah.
But that's probably Aqua's uncle from Tennessee that was hidden away in an alien space pod
Yeah,
for.
seriously.
Alabama Aqua. I like that.
It's just so weird that like in that video through this entire timeline, all these things that are happening, Aqua's just hanging out in the dark world, just like, what's up, guys? Like, y'all gonna get me or what? The whole time.
Yeah, that's what 2.9 is, right? It's the
I think
demo
so.
for 3, and it's just
yeah,
her. And the,
yeah. So here's the thing with all this, man. I love it. It's magic. You can ignore everything and enjoy the games.
yes.
But if I was to really look at these, which I've done, and I'm like, if this was a book, if this was an anime,
Oh, God.
if this was a movie, it would be a steaming pile of shit. No one would like it.
100%.
Why is it Fly? Is it
'Cause
because they've
Disney.
broken it up into games? Is that? I mean, if this was an anime and you watched this,
I don't know, I'd probably
if you
watch
got
this
this like
anime.
season 5, you'd be following. I wouldn't.
No. But see that's
That'd be hard as fuck. Yeah.
okay, but see like
I've watched
it-
1,000 episodes of like Dragon Ball. I've watched 1,000 episodes of Hunter x Hunter. I've watched all of Death Note, like just every basic anime, and I can't get any deeper than that. And from what I understand, they don't really. There's probably is deeper than that, but they ain't
Right.
popular. If it goes weird like that shit, it's not fucking popular.
Well, there's
well-
a show called Steins Gate, which is about time travel and stuff like that. Which is
Is it an anime?
yeah, it's
Okay.
actually extremely popular, and that's pretty deep. I'm still confused about that show.
really?
see-
But
so-
I feel like if Kingdom Hearts was maybe an anime, like it would get like back and forth, like
Yeah.
8 and low.
Well, see, I think the reason it keeps getting a pass is because it started off so simple, so easy to get into. Like it just started off as like this really like nothing franchise that wasn't
I think
deep.
there's a
and-
fair amount of people too that are just hipster as fuck about it and like the fact that it's just absurdly you can't like it's like, oh, I don't want to like what other people like, but this is physically unlikable for many people.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect.
yeah.
You
And
can't
it's-
like
it's-
no,
started
yeah, no.
young,
I
too.
think a lot of people like absurdly, especially in like the like anime like video game kind of culture.
Yeah.
People love those like absurdly deep storylines, even if it's horrible.
Yeah.
I think what gets a lot of people is that the first 2 games were pretty simple, pretty easy, incredibly memorable, and like playing them as kids like just made us feel something.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the it was like Final Fantasy X, and those games like made me feel something.
Oh, yeah.
There weren't any other games out where like I got attached to characters. Everything else was just like cool, just like beat 'em ups and stuff like that. And so that's why I've held on for so long. If the first 2 games were as convoluted or introduced too much, I would have never held on to it.
No, yeah.
Ever. But in the first game, all I got to care about is you're Sora, you want to get Kairi back, and Riku's a piece of shit.
Imagine,
Yeah.
That's it.
Put it this way. Say Kingdom Hearts 2 was Kingdom Hearts 1 and
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 1 was a prequel spin-off. You think the game would be successful?
No. 100% no.
That'd be
Really?
rough.
No, like so if like okay, so Birth by Sleep.
Right.
That's where the game got fucking crazy, right? That's where that video that you sent
It
us
explained a lot more shit.
it picks
yeah.
up on Birth by Sleep because that's where it all started with like the 3 like tribes and all of this and
Yeah.
like the Keyblade Wars.
That
and
was
all
another one. They're
Yeah,
the
Keyblade.
Master of Masters, remember?
Yeah.
It literally says The Master of Master disappears and leaves his work to his disciples. I'm like, where does he go?
Yeah.
What? What do you mean he disappears? What the fuck does that mean?
Maybe they're gonna show who it is in 3.
It's like the Avatar. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that could
probably,
be.
honestly, I feel like they're going to show all those loopholes.
Yeah,
that fans have
Yeah,
been
what if
wanting.
we're wrong as fuck and 3 ties everything together and everyone's blown away?
That'd be
This is a
beautiful.
That
fucking-
should be the plan, right?
Yeah, but see, you can't expect that anymore with
Yeah.
these games. So here's the thing. So if 1 was Birth by Sleep and 2 was 1, the series would have never taken off. Never.
Agreed.
Never.
Agreed.
Never. There's no way, because the story was too crazy. There was so much shit that like was just like that game was built off of. We'll explain it later. Just throw it in the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
You
lot
know,
of that.
and if they started off like that, nobody would have cared. But the reason that people cared was because you had all these characters that you're already attached to.
Well, not as insanely complex, but for its time, and it follows a lot of parallels, is Star Wars.
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
It gave you episode 4, 5, and 6,
Mm-hmm.
gave you this crazy complex future that they made up as they go, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and that, we know how culture inspiring that was.
Well, and
so
what-
I think it may be hitting some of the same little
Maybe.
notes.
In Kingdom Hearts 1, they didn't give you too much, right?
They gave you not
Nothing.
So they
There was-
kept you in the dark.
It
about
was
a lot
like
of
you
shit.
were Sora.
There was
truly.
3 characters. There was
Right. There
one
was the 3
bad
guys.
guy.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, the bad guy didn't show up until the very
The
end.
very
You didn't know
end.
who
And
he-
so
who he was.
what did I can't really remember, but like did they release anything further on the game that was like, oh, who's this? Who's that?
no. Not,
So nothing, like, grabbed you?
Not until Ansem showed up.
Okay, but that was towards the end of the game.
Yeah, so Ansem is in the beginning of the game when
Right.
like the islands are like in the storm, and he shows up in like the black robe.
Yeah.
And he says something to Sora. I forget what he says, but he doesn't show up again until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Until then, you're just fighting the Heartless, and you
Yeah.
think that Maleficent is in charge of everything.
Yeah.
And then you find out that there's more.
Which is why I think that's so successful
Yeah,
too, because
three good guys, and then one bad guy. Like that's it. And then in 2, they added like a couple more good guys, a couple more bad guys.
It is really
like
crazy.
13 bad guys.
If you look at that game as a whole, it's like, okay, Maleficent's the main bad guy, and I have to save the Disney worlds, and then you get through it, and it's like everything is a lie.
yeah.
Everything.
And it's like, who the fuck are these 13 people?
Yeah,
Like,
everything
so-
is a
yeah,
lie.
so
like
fuck-
there's people.
drop that on you?
There are people that
Yeah.
study the Bible with less complexity.
Oh my god.
Like, you know what I mean?
It was really funny watching the video this morning with Hannah. At the very end, she's like, what part of the story is real? She's like, what part of it is just like that's it? Like everything has like an illusionary wall after it.
Yeah.
Everything. It's horrible. Like
deep.
it's like after everything like gets tied up, it's
You-
like, oh, here's a whole other thing.
You definitely could. I just realized you could definitely put yourself in the eyes of Sora and just ignore all this shit, and we wouldn't be like talking about the way we are if they really were just like, hey, there's an ancient legend of this weapon, there's a struggle of dark versus light, and you're the next legendary wielder, and all your friends are connected through blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Go fight the bad guy.
You know what that
That
would
would
be?
be
Like Legend of
enough.
Zelda.
But you know what that would be?
What?
Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, no side games.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. That's all they would have to give us.
That's what I'm saying.
So do you guys think the side games made it more popular?
Yes. Oh,
so it's
popular.
more of a
I thought you said
positive.
complex. No.
Okay, so you guys, so at all the side games,
So
not a positive.
And so here's the thing.
So there, it definitely roped in the mega cult that is
No.
Kingdom
Okay.
Hearts fans.
That's a tough one for me.
I
that
think it
definitely
is.
built a cult. For
It
think
sure.
built
so?
it. That wouldn't happen
Obsession.
with 1 and 2. Just
Right.
1 and 2.
Okay.
It's not deep
That's
enough.
fair. So I don't know. That's a tough one for me. Where'd
How about
your
gameplay-wise?
question again?
So I'm saying all these side games and stuff. Do you
Yeah.
guys think it's more of a positive thing for the series or a negative thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go negative. I'm
Okay.
gonna go
I don't
negative
know the answer to that till 3.
because
Okay, so if they
Current-
make sense,
I would say currently it's a positive, but
Really?
if it bleeds into 3, you're gonna screw over a
Yeah.
lot of casual
So if
fans.
if 3 is like maybe 50% canon, it's a bad thing.
well, not even.
So like if 3 is like a side game,
I
you'd be
want
like, all right,
I
enough
want
of this.
3 to feel
Yeah.
like 1 and 2, where literally you just had your good guys, you go fight the bad guys,
to B.
and that's it. You know, there was nothing else.
there
Like,
was so much of 2 that had nothing to do with Sora.
Bro, what if they?
That's the truth. That's the biggest problem.
It
You
was
have
like
a
the
main-
first
you have
half of
a-
the game.
Imagine
because you're Roxas.
Imagine if you watched 3 Star Wars movies and 70% of it had nothing to do with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I'd be mad. Bruh,
it'd be
what
hard to
if-
follow.
But here's why it was okay, because they tied it up in the same game. They tied up the organization stuff in two. When you're playing as Roxas and you have no idea what that's doing, you keep playing for a couple more hours and it starts to tie together.
It can tie it together. That's fine, but
that's why it
all
was
of
fine.
the events still, you want to get behind the hero. You want to play as the hero.
Yes.
You want to feel important.
Wait.
That
How
means nothing.
how upset would you guys be if they like just started new characters started showing up in?
I'll be
3?
mad. Like I honestly
Oh, they
don't.
try- you
I
mean like
don't
try to
want
Like
that.
they
Start
just
the
start showing
franchise?
like new characters. Like, oh, here's a new character.
I'll be upset if they show. If like here's Aqua's
what if-
cousin. Like,
Yeah,
like
that's
why
what
do
I'm
I
saying.
care
No.
about you?
What if they don't fix and 3 is just the start of like 4 other spin-offs we're gonna get now?
Nah, there's no way.
A Switch
As a
spin-off,
company,
a fucking mobile spin-off.
every good thing has an end to it. Like we'll revert back to
Walking
another
Dead?
episode. Yeah, you just took that out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So like Walking Dead, it's not fucking like as good as it
You
could
don't know
be.
who you're talking to. This is Square Enix. We're in Final Fantasy 15, but
Yeah, but the thing is,
That's
Final
different, though, 'cause
Fantasy,
it-
different story
different
every
stories.
time.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing: they're not. Gonna
You're right.
The thing is they're not going to let go of the licenses that are making them cash.
I mean,
That's what's problematic.
I can't. If this game goes another 10 years,
I'll be upset.
come on.
Yeah, I can't follow that.
I can't. I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, they could have held on to like Final Fantasy X farther than 2 games. They could have held Final Fantasy 13 more than 3 games.
Every good thing has an end.
They would have made a sequel to Final Fantasy VII by now.
yeah,
Like,
no, for sure.
you know, Square
I-
Enix isn't the worst at just dumping things for money. They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
There's Dark Ages, man.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 11 to 14 was a lot of people for hardcore fans. That's like how we're talking about the Kingdom Hearts side stuff.
Yeah.
They're known to do this shit. So they could do it after 3. We could be getting a whole lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
I think I would be okay if there was only one more game after 3, and that's it.
I just don't want to wait longer. Like, I waited 14 years for 3.
You know what they could do? They could give you the same story through different eyes. Maybe
They
you-
did that.
Maybe you play the whole
As Riku?
Well, no, the whole time you're playing.
I wouldn't be bad.
Well,
No, I would, after Kingdom Hearts 3, I would buy another game that puts you through everything as Riku.
Well, not even that.
I would buy that immediately.
The whole time in 1, Mickey's off apparently fighting to try to do something with the Keyblade or try to find the key to light or something like that, right? He's gone because they're
I
looking
thought he was looking
him.
for Riku.
No.
No, Sora's looking for Riku. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember what
So,
Mickey's doing.
Mickey's just missing. What if you played through his?
he's doing?
What if you played through his prequel, like him coming up as an apprentice, and through 1?
That'd be sick.
That'd be a decent game.
Sure.
What about if you played as? You know what I mean? There's enough.
Fine.
This
yeah,
universe is large enough.
They can do it. Yeah. There's a
Stop.
lot
Don't
they can do.
expand the story. Give us it through different eyes.
Yeah. So if they,
But
if
make
they-
sure there's an end.
If
Like
they-
I
okay,
don't,
so
I don't
here's-
like what Star Wars is doing, but what they're doing, they're not
They're
expanding the
expanding.
universe too rapidly. They're
Yeah.
giving you, hey, this person's side story during these events, and this is Han Solo's coming up as a young kid,
Yeah.
and stuff like that would work.
So
in
that
Kingdom
would be
Hearts.
fine.
You can't give me more story.
So
do not do that.
Here's why that could work. So they gave us Birth by Sleep. Wait, yeah, Birth by Sleep, which is the
Prequel.
beginning of the beginning. It is the beginning of the Keyblades and
Yeah.
the war and everything, right? If 3 is the ending, that means that they cannot do anything else outside of those 2 games. So if they give us what you're saying with like a Mickey Mouse thing or like a Riku thing or just parts of the games in different eyes, 100%, that's fine.
This could be the master plan, though. To build a universe like this, so vast that they can just keep doing it. Like, what if?
Yeah.
Okay, what if Sora, Kairi, and Riku pass on to some new 3 kids? You got a whole nother fucking game.
Oh man, see that's what I don't
They're not
want.
gonna keep it going like the Legend of Zelda. Like
They can though.
they can.
It's so big. They
but
have
it's
no
like,
reason not
fuck.
to.
So-
but
Nick-
Legend of Zelda is not even complex like that. Every game's kind of a different story.
Nick just painted a picture here though.
Yeah, I see
What
it.
if they finish 3?
Yeah.
And at the end of 3, you see Sora, Riku, and Kairi passing on their Keyblades to some kids.
Yeah.
And then they start off a new saga of Kingdom Hearts games. That
Also-
can 100% happen.
It
And at this
can.
point, I'm willing to bet money that it will happen.
But
just
I-
because you painted it that way.
I feel like leaving it open ended like that would be good too. Like if they had a cutscene and it was just like them passing it, everyone would be like, "Oh shit!" Like that's sick.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. Here's the thing. I like hard closes. Like in my games,
Okay.
when it's the last game, I don't want an open-ended ending. I don't want like, oh, here's them and their grandson, and there's like a bad guy looming in the background. Like, I don't want that.
Okay. That's fair.
That's it. Done. Story's over.
Just knowing the fan base, I feel like if the ending is just hard ending, everything is closed, Kingdom Hearts is back to normal, everyone's happy, or the world is destroyed, everyone's dead or something. Dude, those fans probably would have trouble sleeping for years.
You think so?
Dude, they're so connected to those
You
stories and those characters.
you think
and
at
that
the-
music comes on, they get chills from
Honestly,
the bottom.
I
bro,
still get
people
chills.
were
I
kids
still get
and they're
chills.
full-grown adults at this point.
Yeah.
We just said at the beginning of the
Yeah.
episode, 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah.
I'm now 26. I'm going to turn
Mid-20.
27 this year, and I'm waiting for a fucking Mickey Mouse game.
Yeah. Think about the people who are like older than us too, who are
Yeah.
in high school or
Yeah,
college.
seriously. But so you're telling me at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Thanos shows up, he snaps his finger, and everything dies.
If shit, dude,
And people won't be
he's a
happy with
Disney
that?
license.
Only
I know.
half a thing.
He's a
died.
Disney
Not
license.
all
I
of them.
know.
And dude, Thanos is like a Keyblade wielder, and he's trying to get to his own Kingdom Hearts and shit.
And then-
shut the fuck up.
And then it ties
Stop
into the
already.
movies. It
Stop
ties into
already.
the movies.
They're
Avengers
listening.
4.
Hey, wait, is there going to be any Marvel characters in it?
No.
No?
No.
I don't think so.
They didn't give the pass?
That's Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
Kingdom
Marvel,
Hearts
Star
4,
Wars.
Infinity War.
Marvel, Star Wars, Keyblade War.
Dude,
Bro, that would be
Thanos.
insane
Would,
as
so but here's the
crossover.
thing: Thanos would literally take Maleficent's spot in a new game perfectly.
Yeah.
That hurts
Pretty
to
much.
think about. That
It
hurts.
does. It does. It really does. Like,
Can you hear like Sora be like, Thanos? Or like,
oh my god.
I'm gonna, like fucking just
Nah.
dialogue about Thanos.
You know
that'd
what
be
was like a
gross.
really like all right. So lore aside, let's talk about some of like the better moments of these games.
Oh, the
Like,
mechanics for sure.
so something that you brought up, like, sort of saying Thanos, like
Yeah.
one thing that was always so magical as a kid was like those summoning.
Those are great.
Oh yeah,
Like summoning Mushu and he just shows up and there's like
Yeah.
a nice like cutscene or Dumbo was really cool. Like
Dude,
It's again,
fucking
like,
when
those-
dude, Simba is still one of the sickest.
Oh, yeah.
You like the screen goes dark, and all of a sudden his paw goes, and he's all, and he's just pissed, dude.
dude, like it's so the franchise is 10 out of 10 for one thing. Like there's one thing that I could never knock Kingdom Hearts for, and it is that every aspect of the game, whether it's mechanics, story to a point, music, level design, everything, it makes you feel something.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like everything was designed to give you like an emotional feeling when something happens.
And it
Like,
has that Disney magic without being Disney.
and that's
what it
that's
is.
exactly how they do it.
Yeah.
It's like when Simba comes out and he's just like pissed off, and you're like, "Yo, like this is cool. Like
is hype.
I'm about to beat someone's ass with Simba."
Yeah.
And Mushu does like some stupid thing as Mushu, and it's like this is hilarious. Like this is and it's like it's things like that. Like you feel things in like every little crevice of this game. And that's why I've held on for so long. Like that magic throughout these games is just like I'll never forget like just starting the game and you hear that piano song. It's Dearly Beloved. That's the name of the song. And you hear that in the menu and you're just like, wow, like, this is emotional already. You start the game, Utada Hikaru's song comes up and it's just like amazing song.
Yep.
It drops you into like
Who
it's just
did-
everything. I could go through the entire game talking about like everything that made me feel something, but it's everything.
A little bit off. Who did the music for Final Fantasy X?
Oh, that
Very reminds me of Kingdom Hearts.
very
the
similar. I
beginning.
actually remember as a kid, I was a huge fan of those. You know which ones that I always thought were really similar? The Final Fantasy X-2 opening song.
I haven't touched that game. I'm gonna be.
It was like
completely
this,
honest
like
with
it
you.
was like this, like female Japanese like pop singer,
Okay.
and it had like a lot of the same feels as like the Simple and Clean song
Oh,
from
okay.
Kingdom Hearts 1. I liked those songs a lot, both
The-
as a kid.
Did you remember the 10-2 characters were in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yes.
They were like fucking fairies. It
Yeah.
was so strange.
Yeah.
That's one thing too. I wish there was more Final Fantasy in the new one.
I agree.
I wish there was just a single. Imagine it's just a single world.
Yeah,
Just a
it's-
Final
it-
Fantasy world.
It kind of bums me out that through the whole franchise, like the Final Fantasy characters are there. They're there.
Yeah.
But everything is a Disney world, and there's no Final Fantasy worlds. Like
Maybe in the new one.
You know how satisfying it'd be to go to like a Final Fantasy X world?
Dude.
It'd be amazing.
Maybe.
And you just like for once you don't team up with like Genie or Aladdin, like you team up with like Jecht, like you said. Or
Well, dude, imagine,
dude, that'd be amazing.
Imagine the Heartless. They're just like Heartless versions of the Final Fantasy monsters, like the little flame ball, the floating
Yeah.
flame ball, the cactus.
Yeah.
it would be perfect.
Don't they do that? I thought there was a Heartless version of the flame ball in the game. I thought that's already in
Maybe
there.
I don't know if it's a direct rip. Maybe naturally it just looks
It
like
just
it.
looks like
but,
it could be. Yeah.
but there's plenty of Final Fantasy to go off.
Yeah.
That's a huge concurrent universe.
It is,
So
yeah.
like, I don't know. I kind of takes away, I guess, from what they're
Right.
kind of aiming at.
Yeah.
But it would give Squall and Cloud a backstory.
It'd be awesome.
It would give a lot
Yeah.
more. We could do a lot more with that.
I'd be down for Kingdom Hearts spin-offs that are more on the Final Fantasy side.
What I was saying,
go back
you play
around
a
little
new
bit.
game and it's you play through Mickey's eyes, dude. When the world started erupting and
Mm-hmm.
like things started going to shit, you play as Squall or Cloud, like what
Yeah.
their experience was, dude.
It'd be crazy. And again, like that would all be something that makes you feel something. As a player, like who's not a huge fan of Final Fantasy, like they would make it still good. But as somebody who does like Final Fantasy, like I would love every second of that.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know, just more things that they did good. Like Kingdom Hearts 2, like that last boss fight when you're Sora and Riku and you're fighting Ansem, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so over the top.
that's one thing that 3 is gonna do really well.
Over
is
the top
those,
stuff.
those battles that
Yeah.
just look good.
Yeah, especially with like today's technology.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I could
Oh,
barely
yeah.
call it good gameplay. It just looks good.
Yeah. I mean, if it's one of those two, I'm satisfied. Like if a game has crazy good mechanics, like then I'm like, yeah, this is really fun to play. But at the same time, it's like if the mechanics aren't that great, but it's super good on the eyes, I'm like, at least I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
yeah. It's just, I don't. So much hype, dude.
Crazy thing I think I've mentioned before.
What's
this
that?
crazy little off thing. Why is there not like a Kingdom Hearts section in Disneyland, dude?
Yeah, you did bring that up on our Disney episode. I
Why isn't there a section where there's Organization 13 people walking around and you can buy Keyblades?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is Kingdom Hearts commercially as popular as Star Wars or Marvel?
It doesn't have to be huge, but
Yeah.
the answer would
Okay,
be
a
no.
small one, a small little section would
Yeah,
be cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
you're gonna
A
get
little nod.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the same size as Star Wars. I don't think there's enough content.
On the
But
flip
if they-
side,
No,
of that,
there is.
But if
there is.
But yeah, if they could pay, Disney just pays for the licenses, you could even
Right.
have Cloud and Squall walking around like
Oh my God.
Tidus. Come on now.
Yeah.
That would be hype.
Flip side of that. All right. So as a kid, like how everybody wanted like a Keyblade,
Yeah.
and you could
Yeah,
always find
yeah,
them on like eBay and stuff. Like there, some like weird like blacksmiths making them for no reason, selling them on eBay for like $110.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? They sell them at GameStop now.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
not like
foam ones,
GameStop.
right?
You know, there's some funny shit. You know, when you're in high school and they do Spirit Week, and
Yeah.
each class has a theme. Like one class, like the juniors are.
Yeah, we had Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
We did
yeah.
our senior year.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight now.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Dude, so at my school, one of the class years was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no way!
They it covered it that way
That's
because they were
hella sick.
mostly they were like Disney, but there was a bunch of like straight Asian anime kids, dude, that showed up with like Keyblades and these decked out outfits. It was funny as fuck.
That's
It was
amazing.
That's crazy. Whoever was on the committee.
I
Yeah.
remember
We should really do Kingdom Hearts.
there was a kid that
Well,
we
you know
went
what's
to school
crazy about
with.
that is like that's when Kingdom Hearts was like in its lull.
Yeah, it was.
Like when we were in high school, like that's when even the spin-offs were pretty scarce, and like it was not hyped at all.
It was that week. The one thing I remember that was funny as fuck. Little side note: that year it was the junior class, which I don't think I was a junior. That was the
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts, and one of the guys I went to school with. Do you remember Angel Escobedo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fucking hates like video game pop culture, all that
Right.
bullshit. And we were like, oh, like I remember someone was in a weird group and we were like, oh, what is the juniors theme, Angel? And he goes, fucking Kingdom Hearts. He was fucking pissed. He was so pissed.
That's hilarious.
But I have to picture that was probably like that was an odd one, but it was
That
cool
is
at
an
the
odd
same
one.
time.
Yeah. Very niche. Yeah.
Fuck. Sora getting in Smash or what?
Sora, 100% getting Smash.
I can definitely see that. Well, after
100%.
the leak, I
I
don't
don't
know
believe any of
anymore.
that shit. Nobody knew about Joker.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest. I don't know. I can't see Dragon Quest really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you go to Japan and you'll see Dragon Quest everywhere.
it's huge over there. That's
That's like
a
the
weird
biggest
one.
game over there.
It's
insane.
weird. That thing sold like hand in hand with Pokemon back in the day on Game Boy.
Even still.
Really?
It's still well,
You know,
it's
you know
weird.
what's funny? It's like
Wait, hold on. Is Kingdom Hearts 3 on Switch or no?
No.
no.
Okay.
It's only PlayStation.
The
and
spin-off
Xbox,
titles probably will be.
Yeah.
If spin-off titles get on Switch, then you know for sure there's
Yeah,
a really
I think
good chance.
so. Who knows?
Yeah.
Could be crazy.
It's like I've been tempted to pick up like the latest Kingdom Hearts like collection thing on PlayStation
Yeah.
and like seeing if I could borrow somebody's PlayStation real quick just to get through it. But it's like we're so close to 3. Like,
Yeah,
I might
I
as well
was-
just watch
Watch
all
a
the
video.
watch all the videos.
I was
Hondo.
considering just for gameplay to try to play Birth by Sleep.
yeah, but see, that's the only
But-
one I'd really want to play.
But also, aside from that, I kind of want to play the HD version of Chain of Memories.
oh yeah,
Because that's
Oh,
the two
yeah.
options I have. So that I'm conflicted. I don't know what I'm going to play, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
might try to slip one of those in before release.
Chain of Memories is too good, man. See, and like that was just the perfect amount of like bullshit to add to the story.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't even say that was too bad.
was
It
a
took
It wasn't.
it took place. No, it took place right after
right.
one.
literally,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
literally the
1.5.
second one ends. They like
first
the,
one
end,
ends.
yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 ends.
Yeah.
They pick up from that same cutscene like a millisecond later.
Chain of Memories.
It just goes in.
That's right. It's like after the
It's
doors
perfect.
close,
Yeah, the doors close and they're walking in like this dark, like foresty kind of thing. And in Chain of Memories, it picks up from there, and then
Yeah.
they get up to the mansion where they lose their memories.
Yeah.
It was
Is
just
that
perfect.
the HD? It's a 3D version of the game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's Game Boy
Yeah.
Advance put into PS2.
Right. And it's still all the card stuff.
It's everything. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and all the cards were really good.
That's a
Everything
cool
was-
system.
It was amazing.
You know what? It kind of took. I don't. Which one came first? Because Mega Man Battle Network was right around the same
Very
time.
similar. Very similar.
I just
yeah.
realized that. Was somebody ripping someone
Yeah.
off?
I think so. I think I
Or was
wanna
there
say- I think Battle Network was first because that was super early.
I would like to hope and believe that there's a title before both of those that they're ripping off. That's
Yeah,
like super low
probably.
key because I would love to find that and play
Probably.
that. That's actually.
But yeah, they did kind of work the same way. How like it's like real time but with cards.
yeah, that's interesting. I will have to look into that. I
That-
never
it
really
was
kinda realized
crazy to
that.
think that like your basic attack was a card.
Yeah,
Like there was like it wasn't just like the cards or like your special moves or summons. Like if you wanted to like hit somebody, like you needed like a card to do it. Like it was such a good mechanic. It was unreal, like how fucking perfect that game
oh
was.
yeah, oh yeah.
Like, and it's crazy how like the worlds even felt good. Like it almost felt as good as exploring a world in like Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, but on the Game Boy.
You know what it did? It took away that stupid fucking ship and just put you like each doorway in the castle.
like the gummy
was-
ship. you mean?
Yeah,
yeah,
That shit's dumb.
yeah. It's crazy that survived so long when that was like really hated from the get go.
Well, and it's stupid because it's this huge, deep side thing you can do that
Yeah.
you don't have to do for any. There's no benefit.
There's
to
no
it.
reason,
There's
yeah.
no benefit to like getting all those blueprints and
Right.
building like
And
the
building
best ships.
It's funny how like
Stupid.
building that ship. It reminds me so much of that new game Starlink.
yeah,
You put like the guns like wherever you want them to go, and like
which that game's stupid too because
Switch game,
I don't
right?
hate
Yeah.
it. Have you played that?
I have. It's pretty fun.
So I don't hate it,
pretty fun.
but I hate the fact that I have to keep editing my Star Fox ship. I just want
Right.
to play Star Fox.
You just want to play the R-Wing.
Have you played that game?
No, I've only seen
The
it.
one thing I would say that's sick as fuck about that game, which I don't think we'll get a chance to talk about on the podcast. We're going off. I just wanted to say real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it.
When you're in space, you're literally in a legit open like field of space. There's planets. You fly directly into the planet, straight into the ozone, and it's seamless, no loading screen. There you are on the planet. You have side quests and stuff to do. Then you can anytime fly upward, leave the planet. Then you're in free roam space. You go to the next planet.
Nice. So
It's
they
so
so they
seamless
stole
and
that
beautiful.
from fuck, what's that game that was shitty?
Oh, No Man's
No Man's
Sky.
They
Sky.
stole that from No Man's
Yeah.
I
Sky.
didn't play that
see,
game. Does
huh?
it look like that
Yeah.
too?
Apparently,
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
the same
similar.
thing.
Yeah.
That was visually amazing, and the fact that I'm doing it as Star Fox was
Even better.
Yeah,
extremely
that's
well.
probably
Yeah.
sick.
But yeah, the gummy ship thing, it was just like at first I thought it was really
hated
cool
those missions.
because it was like, it was like playing with Legos kind of, which I think is fun.
What would make it make sense is that
If there was a
certain-
point,
well,
that's all
if-
you needed.
If certain pathways to like say there was a secret planet,
Yeah.
and the pathway to get to that planet was hella hard, and you had to build a leveled up ship,
That would be sick.
it would make sense.
That's all
But
you would
You
need.
could get any pathway on any of those stupid flight zones.
Yeah.
You can
And-
do it with the
and
level 1
it's
ship.
so brain
the
dead.
first ship, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Why put this
it
in the
was
game?
solely just like because it was too deep for something that made no sense.
Yeah,
Like if it wasn't as deep or if it made sense, that'd be fine.
I appreciate the content.
Sure.
I mean,
but
and if you gave me just a gummy ship game, I'd probably play it. It seems cool. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, I like the fact like of building your ship. Like it was fun. There was a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
that
you can
whole
do.
thing, that custom, that like Lego. Remember Lego Racer?
Yeah.
that shit was sick. There's no games like that anymore.
Right.
So like, if I don't know, if there was like a $20 gummy ship game, I totally would play
But
that.
it's just like man, I just spent all this time customizing my gummy ship, doing all this crazy shit to it, and I'm not getting anything out of it.
That's
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the effects of just being in that era. There was a lot of weird shit
There
like
was
that back in that
it
day.
really it really was like a lot of mini games in that era, a lot of like just extra shit that you could
Well, they had
do.
extra room on all the discs. It was
There
like, oh
was-
shit, now we're on DVD ROMs. Let's
Yeah.
just throw a bunch of bullshit on here.
I
wonder-
think it was multiple things. I think it was that for sure, and I think it was just like back then, like packing content in the game to make your game last longer.
Yeah.
That was definitely a big factor back then.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you can make somebody spend like an extra hour or so every time they pick up the game, like customizing a ship for no reason, that extends the playtime on the game for that much longer.
Longevity and all that.
Yeah.
I wonder how it's going to be handled in 3. Has it been
yeah.
talked about?
You're
or
gonna have to
anything?
pay $5.99 for gummy parts.
Hell,
Yeah, see, Square Enix isn't really bad with DLC.
Nah, they're not. Final Fantasy.
I don't think they're gonna pull any punches
Dude,
for DLC.
If they do like Final
not
Fantasy,
DLC, but like the gummy ship in general. Do
Yeah,
you think they're just
well-
going to stick with it? Or?
oh, I don't know.
I think so.
I mean,
think-
at this point, it's a key part.
yeah,
so-
Yeah.
I think they're gonna stick to their guns and just keep everything in the game.
Dude,
Yeah.
if you did, I don't know if you dabbled in Final Fantasy 15's DLC at all.
I didn't.
There was some bad ones and there was some good ones.
Okay.
The kid that has the pistol. You remember his name?
I
don't
didn't
remember
play
his
the
name.
game.
You didn't play Final Fantasy 15?
No.
You played
I
Final
played
Fantasy 15?
15.
You didn't play 15?
No.
I'm like
all
just
right.
now getting back into like JRPGs like, right
so
now.
Anyway, one of the kids on your team, he rocks a pistol. That's like he's like the mage, I guess. He's the long range
Okay.
character. One of the one of the DLCs is like a whole like few hours of side story missions with just him, and it literally plays like a third person shooter,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's his backstory, and you literally it's like Metal Gear Solid.
So you're hoping that we get that with Donald Duck, just Donald
Well,
Duck.
Donald Duck, third person shooter.
if they could literally do DLC just like I was saying with Kingdom Hearts, or just give it like, hey, I know that Star Wars and Marvel is heavily asked for, but if you get it in a side story DLC, like
Sure.
easy sell. That'd be
Easy
like one of
money.
the fastest selling DLCs of all time.
Yeah, easy. I would be cool with DLC that adds
A
to-
world. I don't want fucking costumes and shit. I don't
No.
need that in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I
it
don't
better
need
be a
that.
whole world.
A whole world would be cool, or just separate story, completely separate story would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I would pay for
Your
that.
spin-off titles or DLC.
Or just DLC, just give me
That's-
that.
Yeah, if Birth by
Do-
Sleep was $15,
Sure,
free.
Yeah, take it.
That's
Yeah, that'd be easy. I'm sure the answer's already out there, but I haven't been looking into the game. I'm just really curious to how they're handling the storytelling, the game, the post game, if there's any DLC plans. Like I'm sure that's all out there. I'm sure everybody already has answers. The game's coming out in like 2 weeks.
There's people that have like torn apart these trailers. They're so hardcore that have torn apart these trailers and they know half the story already.
well, the game's
Three.
out, right? The game leaked, you said?
Yeah, some guy stole like 30 copies.
I don't think it got anywhere though, right? That was.
I mean,
just-
there's some people with info for sure.
yeah, but I think I remember reading that specific leak was just some like jackass like flea market dude selling them like he like stole a box off a truck or something.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it like digitally leaked.
No,
so
it,
No,
no,
no, no,
it
like
wasn't like a
physical.
Reddit fiend who's got it or
Got it.
anything. It was
Okay,
some-
that's
leak.
different then.
yeah,
That's different. Okay.
I mean, who knows who bought them though?
Yeah.
yeah. That's the.
I
other-
would buy.
yeah.
I would buy that immediately.
I think he was. in
I'm
some
going to the
other-
flea market after this. Gonna go look for it. That would be, man. That's nuts. Yeah, I don't know. Like coming up to this, like after all this shit, like we've just talked in this last hour, like I'm gonna go into this like completely eyes open, like completely ready for whatever I see, but also like very optimistic that this will be the game I've been wanting for the last 14 years.
I think it's for sure nominee for Game of the Year already.
It's gonna be.
It
Game of the
looks,
Year.
dude. If they're gonna nominate Spider-Man, who the gameplay is trash but looks amazing,
right.
why wouldn't Kingdom Hearts get nominated too?
Yeah.
It looks fucking incredible already.
Yep.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
It's-
And you know what the best part is? It's coming out in a time where there's no other games I want to play. Like what are you guys playing right now? I'm just
No,
playing
yeah,
Smash.
No, you're right. There's
Just playing.
I'm
nothing.
playing Smash.
I'm
Yeah, how'd
oddly-
they let this happen? Well, everyone's probably too scared to release a game at this time.
I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. I'd be like, oh, I need a couple months after this.
After
fucking-
Kingdom Hearts, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Next week, I'm getting or couple like 10 days from now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting. They have a new Ace Combat game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're really
that's
into
like
those.
super. Well, not even really, but that's like super. That the fan base has been waiting like 10 years for the next
Right.
one.
Yeah.
and it just seems hella sick. Multiplayer. I'm gonna fuck with that.
Oh, nice. Is it on PlayStation or what?
It's on PS. Yeah, I'll be getting on PS4.
Nice.
And then I think, yeah, dude, I'm gonna try to hit either Chain of Memories or
That game. See, the beautiful
by
thing
Sleep.
about Chain of Memories was it wasn't too long.
Yeah, it was short.
Like if you pick it up like in the next couple days, you don't even have to rush it, and you'll easily finish it before the game's out.
And they're able. I mean, it's telling that Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 and Chain of Memories and Birth by Sleep are all on the same PS4 disc.
Right.
So yeah, they must be small.
Yeah. Yeah. Those games weren't particularly long.
Yeah.
Like they weren't short, but they were like just the perfect length where like it didn't feel like a chore playing through them. Like a lot of JRPGs, especially Square Enix, if you go through Square Enix catalog, like a lot of their games are like, all right, like I got to sit down for the next like month or two and just knock out this game.
Yeah.
I never felt that way playing Kingdom Hearts. Maybe it's because I was just enjoying it that much, but like those games never felt particularly long or like difficult to like sit down and like push through.
That was different for me because I was like, all right, let me see
Because you
what's
just
going. Yeah,
yeah, you just want to get through them, right?
yeah. I want to
That's
see like,
different.
all right, what's going on with it.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
They're actually not. I mean, even that.
they're
sense.
good length. Like it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too much. Too
I mean,
little.
you pick up Final Fantasy VII and it's 4 discs and it's like fucking insane.
When they remastered that, I burned through that game the fastest I ever have.
Oh, really?
I completed that game in like a week and a half.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
I sat and did. I think I was like I was in transition of jobs or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I had so much time. I don't remember, but I just murdered that fucking
Wow.
game.
That's impressive. Final Fantasy, any Final Fantasy game in like less than a month, like that's impressive.
Yeah,
I'm
those
about
are
to do it
fucking
again
long.
when the new one comes out in like 5 years.
Yeah,
The
well,
new
dude,
remake.
I'm ready. I got that PlayStation going, dude. I'm 8 and 9 lined up. I'm gonna
Oh my
replay
God.
those.
That
at some
trailer was
point.
hype, dude, and no information.
Well, they completely scrapped it and they're starting fresh.
Again?
That was from
Where the
like
fuck
months
you hear
ago.
that?
That was from a
No.
couple months ago,
Really?
or like a year ago.
That
or
trailer
something.
was looking clean.
Was there
And
gameplay
there
on
was
it?
gameplay.
You didn't see gameplay
There
trailer?
was a gameplay trailer.
Okay, dude, you can play through all. You play with all the characters.
Uh-huh.
It's like third person. Like you literally,
Right.
they're running around with the
Like Final Fantasy 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Cloud, but you have like all the abilities. He's like teleporting from character to character. Then it switches over, and you're playing as Barrett, and it's like a third person shooter.
Right.
The fuck out of here! That's the sickest shit. Oh my god! Like,
Yeah.
I'll think about all the characters you can switch through.
Right.
Think about all the like side stories you're gonna get. You're gonna get extra story for sure. It's not just gonna be a regurgitated 7.
Yeah. What I heard that they're doing with that game, and this was completely separate from like the scrapped it thing. I heard that it's going to be multiple parts, and each one is going to be $60. But they're going to go like
I remember.
Oh, I remember hearing.
I heard
that.
they're going to go like crazy in depth with this story and add like all like
Yeah,
the
it's-
side story and lore you've
It's
ever
gonna
wanted from
be
Final Fantasy.
It's
VII.
going to be episodic. That's telling because just today I seen an article
Mm-hmm.
posted up where the boss of Square Enix, CEO, I don't know, whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah.
I think the article literally said boss.
Okay. Square Enix boss says
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he said that subscriptions are the future, and I'm like, that's not the company that should be saying that.
Yeah.
If Blizzard says that, I'm ignoring you. But
Square Enix.
Square Enix, you're not the company to be fucking
Yikes.
selling subscriptions.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like-
Who's gonna pay like $20 a month to play Final Fantasy games?
Yeah,
There's no way.
$20 a month to get all of the Kingdom Hearts lore.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's money well spent.
Yeah. I agree with him, but there's no way I'm subscribing to Kingdom Hearts monthly.
I don't
There's
think
no
I-
fucking way.
I don't
Kingdom
think I
Hearts
agree
Online.
with. I don't think I
Yeah.
agree with him.
You don't think video games are gonna go subscription?
I think the most popular stuff deserves to be subscription, but this is a
Companies,
very
but not
large
games.
market with 90% of it that doesn't deserve to be subscription.
Yeah. Well, on subscriptions, if it's anything like the Xbox subscription where it's just Xbox and you get the catalog,
Right.
yes.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's meaning like that. I think
But-
he means like wow. Which
A
I
Square
thought we were.
Enix subscription.
I think we
would
were
be
done
cool.
for. Oh, maybe he doesn't mean like that.
I
I think he
not.
means just their company in general.
If
Yeah,
Square
that's
Enix,
what I
you
think.
subscribe to Square Enix and you get like
All
all
the
of their
games.
games ever.
dude.
$10 a month.
Okay, maybe I agree with him.
$10 a month.
Like,
Because you could pick the developers you like. If they all did that,
Yeah.
it's like having a Netflix and a Hulu,
exactly.
Yeah.
dude.
Company
all right.
wide.
So
all right,
if,
all right,
if
all right.
companies can bring their entire back catalog and offer it on a subscription, yes.
It's
yes,
true.
Yes, done deal.
Because
Done deal.
TVs, I mean, think about it. Like, there's different genres even with that you don't even realize. You got Crunchyroll, you got sports subscriptions,
Right.
you've got all that shit's all partitioned in different
Yeah,
sections.
absolutely.
So, damn, if games could do that,
It'd be pretty good,
what's
man.
there's like 2 that are already trying it, right? I think EA has
does it.
one.
Yeah,
and then who else?
So EA does it, Xbox does it, and I don't know.
EA
who else.
Access, Game
Yeah.
Pass, and I don't know.
I
if
think
there's
that's it.
another one.
I think that's it.
It's really so it's really young for games. Okay. I think Blizzard should be the
so
first one to try that. Then.
EA Access was cool because you get the old games for free or discounted.
Yeah.
Like super discounted, and you even get the new games discounted. But what I don't like is that you're paying subscription for a discount. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yes.
It has to be
That's
subscription
nonsense.
for free, like Microsoft does it.
Yeah, that's nonsense. See, it should be, it's got to be like a Netflix, Crunchyroll type of thing.
Yeah,
Because
where you-
that's the thing, dude, certain companies, like if Blizzard had a subscription and they put all their old shit on there,
Yeah.
first StarCraft, first fucking
Everything.
Diablo, all
It'd
that
be
shit,
crazy.
easy sell, dude. Easy sell.
Well, I think it's tough for PC games because you could always pick up those games for super cheap whenever you want.
Yeah, or torrent them if you want.
Yeah.
Well,
On console, it's a different story.
they would just have to shift the format because technically, what's a subscription? It's picking up the games for cheap.
Right.
You know?
But see, here's the thing. It's like, why would you pay $10 a month when you could buy Diablo 2 for like $10 once?
Because you get 42 other games and you'll play Diablo a few times.
Yeah.
The price they have to. There's a lot of balancing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely don't have the
I
answer.
think that's why it's not there yet. I
Yeah.
think that's why the only company that can really do it right now is Microsoft. And that's because Microsoft has all the money in the world to play with.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think actually, I mean, even though Steam sales are crazy, imagine if you got. I don't think I would do it, but I think a lot of people would. If you paid $30 a month and you could access any Steam game,
right.
hello,
Yeah.
like, are you serious? People would be dropping money for that. But
I think so. I mean, people spend that much money monthly on Steam games anyway.
Well, the
for
funny-
games that just go in their back catalog.
what the reason I was saying I wouldn't do it is because there's not enough time in a month, dog. Like,
Right.
that makes no sense.
I know people who have games like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hours in a back catalog of games that they're going to get to, hopefully. And they just keep
Hopefully.
adding to it because games go on sale all the time. If you just pay $30 a month and just get rid of the middleman and just play the games as you're playing them, it makes way more sense.
Oh yeah, I completely stopped with Steam for that reason.
Yeah, it's dangerous, man. It's
I mean,
dangerous.
big companies, I would not subscribe to Kingdom Hearts Online.
No, no, absolutely not.
But Square Enix might be able to get away with it. We'll see.
Yeah,
In
I mean,
future
if
folds.
if you can offer your entire back catalog, it's something. But it's like the problem with EA is it's like, you're giving me a discount. Like let's say the discount is all you want. Like you're okay with paying the monthly fee to get a discount, right? How often do new games come out that you're really excited for like EA? Like that, even
Well,
big
Actually,
EA fans.
you know what? They're shooting themselves in the foot because their business model forever has been a game a year.
Right.
All the sports games come out every year. They have their hands in like Battlefield. They try to
Yep.
get one of those at least every like 2 years.
It's every year now for those.
Is it?
Even. Yeah.
So yeah,
Battlefield,
so
yeah.
you're gonna pay. Why would you put that back catalog? Why would you pay for that back catalog? You're gonna pay $30 a month to play Madden 2015,
no, but-
Battlefield
no, but-
3. Like you're not. You're just
Well,
not.
what's
Yeah.
cool is when the new game comes out, the last version goes up for free.
Oh, okay, that's
So if you don't feel like
you
upgrading,
still have to pay monthly,
yeah, but if you don't feel like upgrading to the new game, you can pick up the old one.
but no one does that.
Nobody does that. I know.
Like playing it, you couldn't pay me to play 2 years ago as Madden.
right.
Like
Yeah,
couldn't.
It doesn't make sense. But if you're subscribed and you're bored and you want to pick up a new game, like hey, like let's just go play Madden. It's free.
yeah.
You know.
but the
for-
thing is, the companies that don't do the every year game format, that's a money subscription. 'Cause
Right.
Those back catalogs are amazing.
Yep.
EA's back catalog is a pile of shit. No one wants that.
They have Mass Effect.
Those
the
games
first
are
three. Yeah, the first three. Okay.
Those games. Have you popped those in recently?
No.
Dude, those are age fests.
You think so?
Oh man.
Even Andromeda was fucking.
Those
like,
are so
a game that
aged.
was made 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oof.
I couldn't even finish it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Hearing that from Square Enix is really weird. Like just the whole subscription thing. Like that's weird.
And we're going off. We don't know what they mean by that.
Yeah.
It could not be what we're talking about at all.
It could be anything.
Who
Yeah.
knows what the hell they're trying to do?
Yeah, but I think that's where all the companies are trying to push is subscriptions. Like, you look at games now, and here's the thing. It's like I'm almost tempted to not pick up Kingdom Hearts at launch because I know I can get it for $30 in a month and a half.
No way.
I don't think that
No, there's
game-
Halo still goes for like 50. Like Master Chief Collection games like that are still going for like $50.
Yeah, first party's tough.
Well,
First party's
I
tough.
think Kingdom Hearts is considered a first party.
No. It's
Really?
It's not made by Microsoft.
But I mean the how popular it is, though. That game's not going to be. 30
I would say it
bucks.
squares up with the first parties.
Yeah,
I would
but the
say
Even
that.
price isn't going to
Final
drop.
Fantasy 15 got a sale 2 weeks after it came out. It was $45 2 weeks after it came out.
That game was
Limited or like
that game got uproar.
15?
People were angry about that game.
It was still a popular game.
It was a
still,
popular game.
It was
People were
still a game
upset.
that people were excited for. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3 and it's not as big as everybody's expecting, I could pick it up for $40 in a month.
I don't know, maybe used. But this game, there's no way. It's too much hype around it.
Games go on sale like constantly now.
I don't think this one will drop like that.
I want to bet money.
We
Who
bet
wants to
money.
bet?
can
Yo,
bet.
we bet money.
We'll bet the difference if it gets discounted, whatever the difference is.
and
so
what?
like-
But what if you win? What's
Then,
So
then you
so
buy me a sandwich.
I'll take that bet on you.
he
Okay.
got to eat the sandwich on the episode too.
All right.
I'm not. Yeah.
What's the time frame? Month and a half? 2 months?
What you
let's
said.
Do, let's do 2
What
months.
did- yeah,
Two
what did you
months
say?
after release.
2 months after release, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be on sale.
That's a hot take.
But
man.
like not like a limited sale, like continuously.
Yeah, like across like all retailers sale.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
pull up a random Amazon sale and be like, "Boo."
No.
Yeah,
It's gotta be
if
like-
it's like a limited time sale, it doesn't count.
No, Kingdom Hearts 3, $40 with promo code, nothing. Like, I'm talking
Yeah.
Xbox
2 months after
Xbox
release.
Yeah.
shop. Like, if you go on your
For-
Xbox and you go on the store and it's on sale.
If you're
that's
not
what
a
I'm saying.
gold member,
For
a Game Pass
nothing.
member,
I think-
because you will get it discounted if you're Game Pass.
Yeah.
No,
probably.
For credible, you got to bring up a GameStop link, a Walmart link, and like a Best Buy link. And if
Yeah,
they're all
I'll
40,
shake on it right now.
if they're
All
all
right, here it
40,
is. We're
boom.
shaking.
We're shaking.
All right. $20? All right.
Yeah, we'll do 20. That's
All right,
fair.
20 is good. I've lost one bet on the Pop Takes betting cycle so far.
Dragon Ball's
So
not going to be the most popular game. That game, you know, if you would have bet me a Evo 2019, because you heard about that game.
It
no.
went down now, right?
I haven't really been
Super
keeping up with it.
unpopular.
So the license holders of Dragon Ball.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do know about this.
The license holders.
Holy
of,
shit.
dude! The license holders of Dragon Ball. For those not aware, license holder of Dragon Ball, they're sending out cease and
Cease and
desist
desist,
to
yep.
fucking tournament organizers saying you got to shut down Dragon Ball or pay for a license.
Yep.
The
Evo
the people of Dragon Ball?
The license holders, Toei Animation,
Why?
because they just want
they
a
want
piece
money.
of that cash.
It's a lot of money for these tournament holders
I
for
think
no
what-
reason.
This is what I think's happening. I
assholes.
think they're just.
Well, here's the thing.
They're looking at it and they're going, "Oh, that esports money. We got to get in on some of that." And they just don't realize that these tournaments aren't making cash. Evo Japan had to shut it down.
Had to shut what down?
Sucks.
They had Evo Japan was like 2 weeks ago. They had to take Dragon Ball out. There
Oh,
was
wow.
people flying there on sponsorships and
Right.
shit. And they'd take it out of the tournament.
Jesus, it's crazy.
So yeah, if you bet me this year's Evo,
Want it?
that's that would
use my money back.
If it wasn't there at all, I think in fairness, I would have had to pay you a 2-1 because that not being there at all, that's crazy.
Yeah. I think we're good. Anything you guys
Yeah.
want to bring up? No.
Fuck anything
No,
coming
we're
up?
kinda went off.
Nothing.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah. On topic of that, I'm just glad that nothing's coming out.
It's a good. Yeah,
So there's a rumor
probably
that
bad for the podcast, but it's good
Yeah.
for lives.
Yeah, there's a rumor that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct like next week, and I'm just really hoping there's no surprise releases. Like enjoy Metroid Prime 4
Yeah.
right now. Like
Oh, that would be fucking.
well, Nintendo always drops like one game like every
Yeah.
Direct. They're like enjoy it today, and
That's one thing we should try and do because I think a lot of people, the traffic tends to like people hunger for the Nintendo like talk and news.
When it
we should
happens.
try and do direct companions, like just
Yeah,
review
that'd be
them
cool.
every time.
That'd be really
'cause they're,
cool.
They're frequent enough. It's like 3 a year or something.
yeah, 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah.
and then E3.
yeah. Because there's always plenty to talk about.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the topic of stuff like that, if you have an idea for us to do a show on, hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up there. Our personal accounts. We're all using Twitter. Nick Carp, what's your Twitter?
it's just Nick Cart 510.
There
2Ks.
it is. 2Ks.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald.
Nick F_CA.
That is his. I at Chapter Black. The A in black is a V. Hit us up also on at Pop Takes Podcast. Hit us up. Talk to us. Recommend something for us to do because as far as I know, there's not a whole lot to talk about the next couple weeks.
Yeah, if there's a game or something major we're missing, let us know.
Yeah. Again, on iTunes, review us, rate us, all the good stuff. Tell your friends that we're on Spotify now. Not a lot of people are listening to us on there, which is crazy because who doesn't have Spotify? Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. This has been a good one. Enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out in a couple weeks. I know we will. So, see you guys later.
Later.